Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your boy Maj coming back at it again with another video. Before we start this video off, I have a little bit of a headache. I'm a little bit sick right now, but we grinding. But today we're gonna be going over the 2023 NHL trade deadline is coming up, and I'm gonna be giving you guys my predictions for the trade deadline, what I think is going to happen. The trade deadline is going to be on March 3rd. There's already been some major trades involving the St. Louis Blues trading Captain Ryan O'Reilly to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Vancouver Canucks trading forward Bo Horvat, their captain, again to the New York Islanders. And we can expect more moves, big, small, in the next week, and playoff hopefuls trying to just really bolster their rosters for the run at the Stanley Cup. Now, one player, these are the players that are most likely going to be traded. We have Patrick Kane for the Chicago Blackhawks. Kane, a 9-time All-Star, is the biggest, most intriguing name left on the trade market. I mean, Patrick Kane, he's getting a little bit older. This was young Patrick Kane on the market. We could be looking at probably one of the best trade deadlines, but it's not that same Patrick Kane. He's 34. His contract is 10.5 AAV, and he's on his final year of the contract. There's a lot of teams that are making a run for him. A lot. I mean, a lot of teams. This is the one player, Patrick Kane, that they can probably add to their team to bolster their roster to try to make a Stanley Cup run. Kane does have some red flags this year. He's a minus 23 this year, and definitely isn't the skate he once was. He's not a fast skater anymore, but he's still that Patrick Kane with those silky mitts. So you're still getting a great player. There's also a question of Kane's hunger to be a part of another championship run, as the Blackhawks have missed the playoffs in the last 4 years. Or seasons, you can say. But the teams that I think he's going to go to is either the Vegas Golden Knights, the Dallas Stars, or the New York Rangers. And maybe you can put the Toronto Maple Leafs in that situation, but they got Ryan O'Reilly, so I don't think they're going to get him. Or maybe even the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, the Edmonton Oilers are a team that looks to be like they're talking to every other team. Now, the next player we have here is Timo Meier of the San Jose Sharks, a $6 million contract AAV with he's on his final year of the contract, and he's only 26. I mean, this is whoever gets this guy, you're going to try to have to sign him again. He's a great player. He's a 30-goal scorer. He might be wanting a bigger contract in the next upcoming year since he is a pretty good player. The Sharks are going to be asking for top prospects for him. They're going to be asking for a lot. So just I expect the Carolina Hurricanes or the New Jersey Devils, the top 2 teams in the Metropolitan Division. I don't know why I said division. No, I don't even know what I said, but division, you get what I'm saying. I think they're going to be the 2 teams that are going to be trying to get Timo Meier and try to just bolster the roster for him. Now, Brock Besser, 2 years left, 6.65 AAV. Brock Besser of the Vancouver Canucks. Nothing really about him. He has his 30-goal potential. I mean, I think he was once an all-star, so he was good. But I think there's a lot of teams that are just they're looking towards him, but they might not want to take his salary. I think he might go back to his home state and play for the Minnesota Wild, but the Golden Knights, the Stars, and the Hurricanes might be a better situation to take on his salary, since he does have a pretty hefty salary in $6.65 million. Now, the next player we got is Jakob Chychrun. He's a 24-year-old, young. He has 2 years left on his contract, and it's only a 4.6 AAV. Chychrun will be getting moved from before the deadline. Arizona has sat the young defenseman as they search for a deal. Chychrun will become at a major cost, highly 2 to 3 prospects. He's going to be worth a lot because you're getting a young defenseman with 2 years left on his contract, and there's a lot of noise that has the Edmonton Oilers interested in him, the St. Louis Blues. But all I'm saying is the Oilers have to make a move. It seems like Ken Holland is just too lackadaisical. He's too lazy. He doesn't want to make a move. But I'm sorry, Ken Holland. You're not going to win a Stanley Cup with the defense you have. Your team is great. I mean, if you put McDavid and Draisaitl on the Anaheim Ducks, they'd probably be in a wild card spot. They probably would. You got the top 2 scorers in the league. But the Oilers need that one more good defenseman. That one more, or even good offensive guy. And I think Jakob Chychrun is a good offensive, defensive defenseman. You get this guy, and the Oilers are definitely a Western Conference final team, Stanley Cup final team. They're 100%. The Oilers, I think, have to try to get Jakob Chychrun. I know the talks have kind of slowed down a little bit, but even if they have, just Oilers, keep trying to get Jakob Chychrun. Now, the last player, because we're just going off the big players on the list, we're going to be looking at James Van Riemsdyk of the Philadelphia Flyers. Bro, is it just me or like I never hear of James Van Riemsdyk ever again. Ever since he left Toronto, I never heard of the guy. Like, I never heard of the guy ever again in my life. James Van Riemsdyk, 33, final year, $7 million? Ugh. If the Flyers are willing to keep some of Van Riemsdyk's salary, they could be able to get a solid pick for the veteran forward. The positive of this Van Riemsdyk is his experience and willingness to get in front of the net. He's very good at tipping. Of course, he has experience, which will be an asset on the power play and in the postseason. He is definitely a liability and not the fastest skater around. If the Wild can't swing a deal for Brock Besser, Van Riemsdyk could be plan B. He'll be plan C for many other Cup hopefuls. But this is it. I think the one team that I'm surprised that hasn't made a move yet is the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, they have a great team. I think their record is amazing right now. Well, not amazing. I mean, the only team we could actually say that has an amazing record is the Boston Bruins. But the Edmonton Oilers just absolutely smacked the Pittsburgh Penguins 7-2, and the record is 32-19. Like, that's a solid record. And they play the Blue Jackets next, which I don't want to jinx anything, but they just need that one more defenseman. I still think the Edmonton Oilers are going to go far this year in the playoffs, but are they a Stanley Cup contending team with that defense? No, I'm sorry. You're not going to win with Broberg and Bouchard as your third pairing and Ceci and Nurse as your first pairing. You're not going to win. Imagine if you had Chychrun and Nurse. That's a solid, that's already way better. You already have a way better D-line. And Erik Karlsson, I haven't even mentioned Erik Karlsson, but I don't really think he's going to get moved because his contract is just so hefty. But we're going to have to wait and see. The Edmonton Oilers just have to make a trade. And I know general manager Ken Holland he's the type of guy that's, he's patient. But right now, the Oilers have to go all in. Because me as an Oilers fan, why are we trying to save for the future? No. You have McDavid and Draisaitl. You have to win right now. There's no excuses of, maybe in 5 years we'll win. No. We have 4 years. We got 4 years, and we have to win now. We got to win now. We have to win a Stanley Cup with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on the same team. Because if we don't, that is just outright sad. But thank you guys for watching this video. I can't wait for the trade deadline for the NHL on March 3rd. It's actually coming very soon. More soon than I thought, actually. It's in 2 weeks or so. So make sure you guys are up and ready on March 3rd, seeing all the trades. I can't wait for all the teams to make the trades, especially my Edmonton Oilers. I swear, Ken Holland, if you don't make any trades, I'm going to be so mad. But thank you guys for watching this video. It's your boy Maj, and I'm out, man. Peace.